Hi there, my name is Martin Williams, and I'm a spiritual life coach. And I'd like to explain to you what that is and what the benefits to you are of spiritual life coaching. So here's me, and I've spent many, many years coaching people from millionaires and billionaires to teaching monks in India enlightenment to working in jails, helping people there to become the best they can be. And really, though, what is spiritual life coaching about? And to my mind, it's my goal is to help you really reach that ultimate state of living an enlightening life. And really, it's a way of being in the world that is the most awesome, fantastic, just amazing way of living. And could you imagine literally being happy all the time, 24/7? This is actually how I live my life, to be full of joy, full of creativity, again, 24/7. And I've worked with people, I've coached people to live this same way as myself. It's really the most amazing, awesome life that I can recommend. Be full of love, to be full of love for everybody and everything in the world, everything you come in contact with, just to feel vibration of love running through you all the time, no matter what is happening. So it doesn't matter what's happening at all, even if your bicycle has got crushed or your car has been in a crash, that inner space of joy, love, appreciation, gratitude is just overflowing. It doesn't matter if at a major catastrophe or a major financial disaster, still that inner space is full of love and joy, creativity, expansion, and happiness. And we remain in that space no matter what is happening around us. We remain unperturbed, and spiritual essence is basically one of constant bliss. It's it is the most amazing, awesome, delightful space to live our lives from. And it's totally possible. When we live that way, obviously clarity and calmness come, so our intuition gets stronger. We begin to give even wiser perspectives on every aspect of life. And we live in high energy, which is vibrant, full of high energy. And this is what I've been training people to do for years, living in the same space. We're much more focused. We get tasks done easier. We're much more productive. Obviously, our whole attitude towards our body alters and we're healthier. And that same attitude extends then to wealth. As we feel richer internally, so wealth tends to manifest in the outer world. So here I am, I've given you a big long list of things that are obviously huge benefits. And how easy is this to achieve? What's possible for you? Well, let me tell you, it's actually way easier than you think. We feel trapped and stuck in where we're at, but in fact, it only takes a few steps, a few moves, and we can get out of our current thinking, current ways of being in the world, and literally liberate ourselves to a huge expansion. So what I'm saying is that depending on the amount of time, the effort, the intensity you put into it, in a few months, in 6 months, or a year, you can see the most amazing transformation in your life. Really, my coaching, we call it spiritual life coaching, but really it's about coaching for enlightenment. And the way I work with people, I have really 7 steps. We start off creating the vision and goals for yourself and ingraining them into your system so they become you. That vision and goals just emanate from you and your very being. They resonate from you. And as they resonate, so your core strengths upgrade. So your ability to be calm becomes stronger. Your ability to be focused, your ability to be joyful expands, expands, expands. Your ability to love becomes amazing. And as we shift those core strengths, we upgrade them, then your attitude towards wealth shifts, your attitude towards relationship shifts, your attitude towards health shifts, We finally then move into the final stages of really strategizing those big actions in the world, the creativity, the visualization, where do you want to go? And we master our maximum expansion so we can handle any situation with ease, and we also manifest with ease too. So really, those are the 7 steps. Well, why me? Why would you pick me to coach you rather than anybody else? Well, I've got a pretty strong background in terms of expedition leadership. I spent about 45 years leading expeditions around the world to North Pole, South Pole, Everest, and I've run about 6 or 7 businesses that have then sold, including creating the first airline in Antarctica. Then moved on to create a global youth project that inspired 60 million people to take humanitarian and environmental action. But despite these big successes, I've also had failures too, so I know exactly where people are coming from. Well, I guess not exactly because we're all different, but I do have that life experience of being broke, of having to dumpster dive to get food. I've had 21 near-death experiences. I've lost businesses. I've been sick with flesh-eating disease. I've had major business failures, such as aircraft stolen, all these sorts of things. So the emotional up and down roller coaster I've experienced firsthand. I've also studied and taught enlightenment to monks in India, and then traveled around the world teaching for 7 years all these different skills about enlightenment. I've worked with many, many well-known people, millionaires and billionaires, and people who would give me a recommendation of people like Harv Eker, who's considered one of the foremost teachers in North America of spirituality and wealth. And other people I've worked with, top-level professionals in their field, in different fields of consulting and education from all over the world. People who are in the spirituality field, such as the publisher of Enlightening Times. Really, what's the risk? But if you don't take steps, either work with me or work with another coach or study with somebody, you're very likely to spend about $500,000 by the time you're 65 on different health-related products, different wellness-related products to make you feel better. There's also an emotional cost too. So it could well be that you might spend hours in depression, procrastinating. You might develop illnesses caused by worry, all sorts of things like that. And there's also the relationship cost too. Many people I know have hung on to upsets with family, with friends, with work for years and years and years. Suffering that could have been stopped in a couple of weeks of working, or even a couple of days of working with a spiritual life coach such as myself. And there's a whole wealth attitude too, and the way that manifests into our life too. We could have spent time on binge action, on spending on excess things we didn't need. All those things can be shifted so rapidly. So what's the cost if I take the coaching? Well, I'm going to ask you to spend 30 minutes a day doing your own work, and we'll design exactly what that is for you. And then 2 30-minute sessions a week working with me directly on clearing out and enhancing your strengths, working on improving who you are in the world. And there's obviously a tuition fee. The results, I'm guaranteeing. I will guarantee that you'll find an increase in happiness, health, wealth, love, and the quality of relationships when you work with me, or your money back and $100. So if you look at the pluses and the minuses, it's really, I think, a pretty good deal. There's a huge potential on the upside for you. How to begin? Well, go to my website, Enlightenment How, send me an email, and I'll be happy to reach out to you. We can chat, we can figure out where we start. And just really, there's an amazing journey waiting for you, a journey full of constant joy, full of constant creativity, full of constant amazing relationships. And please don't miss out on it. Please take the next step. Get hold of me. Let's see what we can do. thanks for listening. I really appreciate the time, and I hope to hear from you soon.